One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all and in the darkness bind them. Here I am talking about a ring again. For regular readers of the market mindset, the ring I referenced before Christmas was found. And yes, Santa did have to crawl under the house to slice into an air duct to claim the precious. But with the 25th anniversary Lord of the Rings re-released at the theaters, I couldn't resist bringing up a ring again. I'm now urging my son Landon to at least finish Fellowship of the Ring so we can get to the theater to see that one before the movies are gone. My other son Caden likes to wear the one ring that came out of a wrist game on a chain, even though he doesn't really understand it, so I've brainwashed them well. Like Frodo Baggins, you are all on a heroic journey, and just like Frodo, you all have a great burden like the one ring to carry. More on that later. But everyone's talking about Greenland, who's not talking about the upcoming ice storm this weekend. I really don't want to talk about Greenland. It's the one place in the world I haven't booked a vacation to and then canceled if you listen to my frustrated family. I'm surprised Norwegian Cruise Line still takes my calls. Unfortunately, the stock market's not giving me much choice this week on bringing it up. Remember the good old days 3 weeks ago when our U.S. techno warriors invaded Venezuela with an awesome sonic shield that sent enemies to the ground? That was something. Talking about Greenland is cool for the 8 seconds it takes to say, wouldn't it be swell if we could shoot down an incoming nuclear ICBM because we were able to hit it at its apogee directly over Greenland? Here are some other things to know about Greenland. If you like the look of Rainbow Row in Charleston, have I got a place for you. It's called Nuuk, and you get to decide how you want to pronounce it. If you like to work remotely, wear parkas, eat seal soup, and love brightly colored houses, you could find your nook in Nuuk or shoot down some nukes in Nuuk. For your domicile, you must choose a bright yellow, lime green, hot pink, bright red, bright orange, dark blue, or light blue house. The light blue one is mine, hands off. Other things to know about Greenland are that it's very cold, but there are no penguins. There's a Patuxent space base near the town of Kanak, which must have won the award for the world's greatest palindrome town, which presumably the Federation builds and launches their starships, which take the fight to the Klingon Empire from. According to the movie Greenland, which I watched in the spirit of the news cycle this past weekend, there are already bunkers there that are ready to serve the wealthy and connected in case of an extinction event, like a comet. We all know why Greenland is in the news. It seems the place has not been defended. Promises were made, and now we want to buy it. I'm not here to quibble about whether it's the right move or not. I couldn't care less for politics. I'm here to put this news story in context for your portfolios. Tuesday, the market suffered as the headline was, Dow slides 870 points, S&P 500 drops 2% for the worst day since October on Trump tariff threat over Greenland. Wednesday, the market recovered as the headline was, S&P 500 pops 1%, Dow surges nearly 600 points as Trump calls off Europe, tariffs tied to Greenland. There was a framework of a deal in place with the NATO Secretary General, and then the Danish Prime Minister claimed that there wasn't. Up and down, which is all my cute little cousin Heather used to say when I put her on the raft in the ocean waves so many years ago. It's really about tariffs again, which was the market's 7-day nemesis after Liberation Day, April 1st, 2025, before a wild melt-up in the days and months following the announcement. Tariffs, they may not be a sonic shield, but they are an economic weapon. This week, the Supreme Court threatened to weigh in on the tariff debate. Many awaited a ruling that would deem the tariffs unconstitutional, which would require some kind of massive payback of the duties. But the court engaged in prolonging uncertainty and opined on lesser cases while demurring over the constitutionality of the president unilaterally imposing a duty on foreign countries. Prolonged uncertainty might as well describe trying to understand stock market gyrations. We're always going to be uncertain, or we'd be on the beach right now in the Caribbean. And it's always the state for an indefinite, prolonged time. But it's going to be up and down following the cadence of the news cycle when seen through the lens of this past week. It's like looking through a wide-angle lens, really, that while it does capture more of a scene, it also creates an exaggerated perspective. The objects closer to the camera seem huge, more pronounced in importance, and distant objects are small and de-emphasized. If you're weighing in your mind the impact of Greenland, tariffs, Venezuela, you name whatever news story you want that doesn't involve long-term issues like debts and deficits, you're looking through a wide-angle lens. When you do that in the context of the much larger heroic journey on which you, our retiree and near-retiree protagonist, have embarked upon, then you are assigning the near object in the foreground, the news, outsized importance and have increased your potential of making mistakes based on the very small blips on the line of your time horizon for your retirement. If you want your heroic journey to end well, then you're going to have to ignore a certain demonic thing calling out to you, and you're going to have to cast your very own one ring into the fires of Mount Doom. You're going to have to ignore the constant whispers of a never-ending news cycle, scaring you into selling your stocks and running for the hills. The real life one ring does ring, and yet is not a ring at all. Gollum might riddle. It compels us, and we need it. What is it, precious? It is our cell phone, our modern day great burden, which drowns us in constant, unnecessary, distracting, counterproductive information that fouls our minds with propaganda and dribble directly from people that have their own agendas that don't align with yours. Heroes need a shield from all the arrows on their heroic journeys. If you have enough income to get through retirement in a tax-efficient way that allows you to spend more time by the waterfalls of Rivendell with your loved ones, only then have you beaten the enemy and all the orcs the world has thrown at you. But you can't be distracted by the news that might cause you to forget your long-term plans. There's always a Greenland in the news. There's always a tariff-like story that swings the market. There are more that can be counted. We can't overreact to these temporary conditions, and we're not in the business of swing trading. All the news stories out there that swing the market can make you feel like you're supposed to be gaming the market every day, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Lay down your burden and pull yourself away from the screens that have come to dominate our lives. You're the hero in this story. We are your lovable sidekick, Samwise, counseling you about what is important as we brave the unknown dark mountain range ahead. It was Sam that kept Frodo focused on saving Middle-earth at Mount Doom and reminding him what he was fighting for. Sidekicks are there for a reason, so, dear hero, have 2 ears ready for yours. If you listen to us, we'll change your financial world. And now a word from our compliance department. Past performance is never a guarantee of future results. We offer a lot of services. Our planning, tax, and insurance strategies are designed to improve financial outcomes when implemented as recommended. We're confident in these strategies, but results will vary based on individual circumstances. Investment results cannot be guaranteed. Unless otherwise indicated, no third-party individuals mentioned in this article are clients of this firm, nor have they been compensated for appearing. This video is for educational purposes only. For personal advice about your situation, please call our office.